Cleveland Browns got a great opportunity to wipe the bad taste out of their mouth. The Pittsburgh Steelers coming to First Injury Stadium Thursday night football. The Browns offense and defense, we'll get into it in this one, and we'll talk about the keys to victory as well. It's a big-time game. Browns have an opportunity to get back in the win column. We'll talk about all those keys to victory today on the Locked On Brown podcast.
You are Locked On Browns, your daily Cleveland Browns podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, your daily delivery of all things Dog Pound LGB on the LOB, the Locked On Browns podcast, brought to you by the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. We're going to get into it here today, obviously. Pre-game show, Thursday night football, Pittsburgh Steelers coming to town to face your Cleveland Browns. Your host, Jeff Lloyd, at Jeff_LJ_Lloyd. Your host, freshly ripped out of the trainer's room by me. Look, it's Steelers week. G. Bush was down for a little bit, but look, we got business to do. So G. Bush at GBush91, part of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Garrett on the mend, ready to rock here. Today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. Pick 2 to 5 players. If they score more or less than the Prize Picks projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on your entry. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with the promo code LOCKEDON, all cap, no space. That's prizepicks.com, promo code locked on. Now, I've talked a little bit here this week. For the Browns, look, you wanted this one to come faster. You did not want to sit around until next Sunday. God forbid it was a bye week. After a loss like that, look, as much as playing Thursday night football is an absolute pain, to play 2 football games within 96 hours of each other, it's a war of attrition. You were literally challenging your body in every way. But the Browns need to get back on the field. There's a lot of noise right now going on. And the easiest way to do that is to give everybody else something to talk about. So we're going to do that here as, tomorrow night, Thursday night football, Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Browns looking to get back on the right side of things. Plenty of things for the Browns in their favor here. You win this game, you are going to be the number 1 seed in the AFC North for 10 days. You will be there till the following Sunday when you play Atlanta. So that's a great position for this team to be in for the struggle that they just had Sunday. Other thing is first conference game, first division game of the season. You want to get that one out. These 6 games are obviously going to be crucial. Right now, this division is tight. It looks like it's going to remain tight for a while. So all the division games you can win are peak. But now you're getting Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is not playing well for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know how much longer Pittsburgh can go out there and put him out there knowing they spent the 20th overall pick in the draft on quarterback Kenny Pickett. You look at their game last Sunday, you lost at home 17-14, and you look at that first-round pick and you say, we sure Kenny Pickett couldn't have gotten us 14 points? We sure Kenny couldn't have gotten us a little bit more than that? But you're not going to do that to him on a short week, obviously. So, Mitch Trubisky should be the guy for this week. Health-wise, Myles Garrett didn't practice yesterday with a neck. Look, Thursday night games are different. As a head coach and as a training staff, you tell your players, look, do what you got to do. I don't care if I don't see you. Just do what you got to do to be ready to go. That's all I can ask of you. I can't ask any more of you. So Myles in the building today, limited at practice. Joel Bitonio, same thing. Look, 9 years in the league, 3-day turnaround, it ain't easy. Bicep a little banged up. But Joel Bitonio, 1-1-1 with a chance to put this team in first place for the next 10 days. He's going to be good to go. Jadeveon Clowney will be out. When you saw it right away, you knew it was going to be a little bit of an issue. Maybe he's back by Atlanta with getting 2 straight weeks off. We'll see if it works out that way. Even when he was trying to run on the sideline, had to smile. I'm okay. No, you didn't, man. That's what I look like when I get. That's what I look like when I get out of bed in the winter, man. It is no, man, and it's fine. Look, the one thing you know about Jadeveon Clowney and Except is he's kind of like a Ferrari. He's kind of like a Jaguar. He's not available every week. Some weeks he's in the shop. It's just the way it goes. So I'm assuming what we're going to see is Alex Wright is going to start in his place. Chase Winovich also out. Look, Chase Winovich to this point, not been much. So, I don't know necessarily all of a sudden that we're, up in arms that Chase Winovich isn't going here. Isaiah Thomas, we're going to be excited to get to see the opportunity here. We've talked about Isaiah Thomas. I think more of a complete player, an assignment-driven player, and, newfound favorite from practice squad. Isaac Rochelle is going to get in there. And I think the reason you're going to start right and put him with Myles is then when you go to the other sets, you're going to have Rochelle out on the field with Isaiah Thomas. I think you want to look, the rookies will probably take some snaps together, but you'd like to pair it up where you have a veteran and a rookie working out together at the same time. Some things are going to be a little different. Browns played a lot of defensive ends last week, rotating in and out. There were times Browns were playing 4 edge rushers at one time. I don't think you'll be able to do that this week. But what this comes down to here is keeping Trubisky rattled.
Frankly, last week was embarrassing. There's a lot of people that were called out. We had a whole lot of people talking about whose fault was it. In college, we played a team in Minnesota, and they had Marion Barber and Lawrence Maroney on the team. And they came through, and it was our first televised game on ESPN. Man, these dudes got about 200 yards apiece on us. It wasn't even cool the way they did us. They did us dirty. And I remember going into practice the next week, and my coach, Coach Washington, who eventually went on to go to Northwestern and Chicago Bears and was the defensive coordinator for a few years for the Carolina Panthers, came in and said, yeah, we're just going to act like that never happened. We're going to burn that tape. We're not even going to watch it. He's like, there's nothing we can even take from that. He's like, listen, fellas, we still got what we want to have in front of us, and which is winning the MAC. That was a barometer, and we're not going to see 2 running backs better than that all year. Little did I know we're not going to see 2 running backs that run like that pretty much ever. That was it. So when you now get to a point where you go to the team in the secondary, you say, look, man, hey, we play horrible. We know that. But they questioning our manhood. They questioning our prowess. They're questioning whether we are even good. A lot of people, it's bare minimum. We're not talking about your assignments. We talk about you as a football player. We don't, but like we people is questioning whether or not you belong in that stratosphere that we put you in. And a lot of times about the NFL is it's a prove me league. And the thing about the NFL is the baddest dudes on the planet. You know how they do it? They're the baddest dude on the planet because they wouldn't care if they was playing in the muni lot, playing sandlot football, doing what they needed to do, and a tap below the waist, 2 hands. They're going to come out and play hard every single time. They're going to come out and play with energy, effort, and enthusiasm every single time. And if you can go 100 miles an hour, even if you don't necessarily have the right assignment, grab a guy, hit him hard, run fast, put energy and effort out there, and that will take up for it. At least if you're going, my coach always used to say, if you're going to do the wrong thing, do the wrong thing 100 miles an hour. Don't do the wrong thing and then trot after the play. Don't do the wrong thing and not chase a guy. Don't do the wrong thing and not find the football. Everybody's supposed to be busting their tails, and I don't want to see a change in speed. If you running and I see a change in speed, that counts as a loaf. That counts as you're not into it. So we bringing this game back to bare minimum. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a rivalry game. It's Thursday night. It's in front of your friends, families, your colleagues. Everybody in the league is watching you today. Don't embarrass yourself. Come out here and show that you got some sort of integrity and some sort of pride, and let's see if we can get it done. Because that's what it's boiled down to. Forget about all the other giving up points and stuff, because I watched a lot of games. The Baltimore Ravens gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter, right? I see a
28.
28. They gave it, and Lamar Jackson played crazy good. He played awesome in that game. But the bottom line is you got an opportunity to flush that, get back, and like you said, 2 games, you're 2-1 now. Get an opportunity of going over there with the Atlanta Falcons. And I remind you, if you would have said before the season, hey, first 3 games, Browns is 3-1, we'd have took it. People said 4-0, 3-1, we would have took it. So that's where we at with that. And I'm just looking to see what kind of pride people got today.
Currently here, the Browns 4.5-point favorites Thursday night football. Guys, remember, prime is where you're looking for this game tomorrow night. So, make sure you might want to go to TV today, go to those smart hookups, make sure you got that sucker working, because that's going to be the case for tomorrow night. Weather-wise, kickoff is going to be right around 60. It's going to actually dip a little bit into the 50s. It's going to be a little bit of wind. So, autumn here for Thursday Night Football for Steelers-Browns tomorrow night. We're going to get to the offensive side of the ball here, and kudos where it deserves. This team has done the job on the offensive side of the ball here. We're going to get to that, how they're going to match up against this Pittsburgh defense without TJ Watt. Your latest Locked On Browns, Garrett Bush, Jeff Lloyd. Hey, guys, is it hard to say that maybe you're still in shape? Look, it's not your fault. As men age, our body naturally loses free testosterone, the man hormone. It happens to be every man and can make it more difficult to stay in shape or be energetic or active every single day. Nugenix Total T contains man-boosting key ingredients like testosterone. It has been validated in 5 clinical studies shown to boost free testosterone levels in men. While every product professes quality, many other products use generic ingredients that are often far less than clinical grade. With Nugenix Total T, you get the same clinical potency levels used in the trials, and Nugenix formula is backed by 10 years of science and research. Nugenix Total T is the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix Total T can help you re-energize your life and help you get back the powerful, confident, good-looking warrior you used to be. Now get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T when you text NFL to 231-231. Text now and get a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text NFL to 231-231. Text NFL to 231-231. Message and data rates may apply. Terms apply. Available at nugenix.com/terms.
Welcome to back here on Locked On Browns podcast. G. Bush, Jeff Lloyd. We wanted to let you guys know tomorrow after the game. See, y'all might think that it's all over. You guys are done. Hey, trust me. You want to pull up and you want to get us at the 2-minute warning. The first 2 weeks that we've had
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
I mean, we're getting breaking news right when we're doing it. Hey, so if you want to get in and you want to be a part of it, make sure you subscribe to the Locked On Browns podcast. That's the great thing about it. You subscribe to the Locked On Browns podcast. You hit the notification bell. So right when we go 2-minute warning, we'll be doing that over on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. But we got the hookup. It's going to simulcast right over here on Locked On Browns. So you get an opportunity to watch that. It'll come right on maybe you're not subscribed to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Don't worry, we got you covered. But you should, though. You might want to go there. But we get you. Some people, it takes a little bit of time for people to come around. But if you just want to get it right here, it's no problem. All you got to do is hit that notification bell, hit the like button so you know when we get all our updates, and we'll be going 2-minute warning tomorrow night. That's even after the game. Get your reaction. Don't wait till the next day. Don't wait till Friday. Don't wait till the next day. All during the middle of the day, you can get your reaction, instant reaction, ready to go right here live. Instant reaction for the Browns Steelers games. We'll be doing that right here on the Locked On Brown podcast. We'll be doing that at Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. So make sure you check that out. Jeff, we're doing the game day observations. We talked mostly about the defense the first period. Let's get back to the offense. Jacoby Brissett, to me, I thought he played a masterful game. I thought he looked great. I think that the sad thing about it is that got lost in the shuffle. That kind of got lost in the whole whose fault it is.
It deserved a lot more lip service than it got. Yep.
A lot more. We even tried to give it to him after the game. But it just, the bus was so magnetized that you had no choice but to just keep reverting back to that. Now, as you look back, there's a lot of other people. We talked about whether Nick Chubb should have ran out of bounds. I mean, he played a masterful game. He played a great game. Amari Cooper, another one. We got a receiver. We have a number one, guys. Hey, fans, we got a number one receiver.
9 targets, 9 receptions, 101 yards, and a touchdown. You don't get much more efficient than that, baby.
We got one. So you look at some of the good things taken from that. I thought Jacoby Brissett and him had that chemistry. I thought we ran the ball when we needed to run the ball. To me, I thought the offensive side of the football, and I'll even go to Kevin Stefanski. He's bringing a lot of heat from some other things, but I thought his game plan was pretty good in terms of what he did offensively. So, in football, this as well as I do. When you play in football is 11 guys doing their job in concert. When you got one guy doing something different, it looks terrible. Everybody else could be doing their play, they could grade 100, And if you got a missed assignment by the left guard, guess what? Everybody's coming back. That is why they make you run and do punishments for your teammate. Your teammate missed class, guess what? We all run. If you jump off sides, we all run, because when someone does the wrong thing, it punishes the entire team. I thought the offense came out and did what they needed to do, but I think what this game we'll see is what we want to really watch is we want to get offense, we want to get defense on the same page. We want to get the other receivers in. David Njoku, we didn't see much of him. Anthony Schwartz, didn't see much of him. Donovan Peoples-Jones. So we want to see if we can spread that football around, get those guys active, feeling good about themselves, and put some points on the board and make and we're where we want to be. We want to make sure that these other teams have to come from behind. That's where we want to be at, right? Don't make it like we want to be close. We want to make those teams so you can pass rush and get upfield. And that's the for me, that's what the offense needs to do in this game.
When Coach Stefanski is really on it as a play caller, they feed obviously off their running game in this wide zone. But you want to know what? Once we feel that the penetration's coming, it goes like a windshield wiper. You think it's a run to the right, and it's a screen to the tight end. Or it was a jet sweep fake to the right. And guess what? It's a screen to the running back. So he's got you looking this way, and it comes right back this way. When Coach Stefanski can get his play calling in sync like that, it's really, really difficult to defend this team. Obviously, normally, if you're facing the Pittsburgh Steelers, first and foremost, it's TJ Watt, TJ Watt, TJ Watt, TJ Watt. Look, you tell me we don't have Jadeveon Clowney, but they don't have TJ Watt? Bet. We're cool. I'm good. All right, no problem. So, but you still have to look out here for Casey Hayward. Absolute, just a giant of a man, an absolute beast. He's been a thorn in this franchise's side for a long, long time. With Wyatt Taylor, Joe Bitonio, and Posey, you guys got to be smart on the inside. He's going to get every benefit of every call, so you got to watch your hands, because it's just something you have to do. A player like that deserves this type of respect. Minkah Fitzpatrick is back playing to the player coming out of Alabama that he looked like he was going to be. Where does this aid the Browns? If you get Minkah Fitzpatrick playing around the line of scrimmage, look, we went through this last year. We've gone through this a lot with this Stefanski era. You got to run a shot play or two, man. You've got to. And it is so critical because, look, we know how good this offense is. We absolutely know how good this running game is. But to make it even easier, you got to show a shot play. You've got to show one. And I do agree with you, Garrett, because last week there was one reception between Schwartz, Bell, and Jones. One reception between three of them. It's great that you got Amari Cooper going, but you have to think Pittsburgh's going to say, all right, well, we taking that away. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just going to feast with us on Amari Cooper. You're going to have to go to receiver 2, receiver 3, receiver 4. Another thing that I think behooves the Browns greatly in this. Look, if you got 2 weeks to rest and face Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, you're still not ready enough with the running styles these two gentlemen have. So look, by Thursday, Garrett, you know it, I know it. You're still feeling it from your previous game. Oh man, that one helmet I took in the bicep, or you're still feeling it. And guess what? Now you got to go face these two again. And here's the other thing. I think Miller Forrest will come up as the third tight end. That looks like that's going to be the case. You could see some Michael Dunn playing tight end. He did do that week 1. I'm assuming they're probably going to do that too. Jack Conklin is going to play. And why it's key here is Pittsburgh runs a 3-4. And what do we always talk about with Jack Conklin? Athleticism. It's a lot harder for Hudson to get to a second level where 4 linebackers may have the assignment of. Jack Conklin, that's kind of been the calling card for him. So we said, no way he was going to be able to play Sunday and Thursday. So the Browns ultimately made the decision of hopefully we got him Thursday. And it's looking like Jack Conklin is going to make his debut there. Also, the Browns have this luxury. Dearness Johnson hasn't played yet at all. The Browns can say, look, here's a guy who's supremely fresh, really, really disciplined player. We'll let his box set themselves up and cut off him. They ain't used him yet. Dearness Johnson hasn't even suited up yet. Could be something the Browns look to explore, saying it's a short week. We know everybody's a little tired. We know everybody's a little dinged up. We got something special here that we haven't even unveiled yet. So it could be a route that the Browns go. But offensively, with Jacoby Brissett, it's just keep playing at the speed you've been playing at. We don't need the running style. Look, you ain't got to be out there like Magic Johnson. Don't think you're the second coming of Michael Vick. We know you're not. Show the confidence in the arm that you had on Sunday because everything was on the money. But for me, please, at least one shot play. So I'm not seeing every defender in my TV screen. I got a 65-inch television screen. I still should not see every defender And I still do not see every defender on that television screen because that's what I'm sitting here Sunday and I'm like, well, there's 9. The 10's creeping into the box. Oh, well, actually 11 guys I can see on the TV screen.
You've got to out there too.
You got to keep something to keep these guys honest. And look, even if it doesn't hit, you got to do it. You got to show the ability that you're going to take a shot. The running game and the fact that the Browns running game is clicking right now definitely favors them, in my opinion. The fact that Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are just a pain in the butt to tackle on any given day on a short week, it doesn't make it any easier.
And we said it before after the game, pressure is good. Pressure, there is a healthy dose of pressure and fear that should come along with anything. That's the reason you don't jump off a building. It's because that's why we're scared of heights. You're like, hey, if I fall, I could die. So it's not like, oh, are you scared of heights? That's something bad. No, that's your natural response. Response is kicking in saying, listen, man, danger. You might want to watch your step out here on a 25,000-foot ledge. And the Browns have to think about that too when it comes to playing and preparing for the games. Hey, there has to be a little healthy dose of fear that, hey, if I bust my assignments, people are going to be all over me. And I'll give it credit. Everybody was. And we had to talk about booing and people came out strongly against that. Y'all need to worry about what y'all doing on the field. Stop worried about what people doing in the stands. That you doing that too much. That you take care of what happens between them white lines. Everything will take care of what happens in the stands. I ain't never seen nobody boo a 5-0 football team.
All right, and just so you get an idea of the way this defense is currently playing right now, Myles Garrett, second-ranked defensive end in the NFL according to PFF. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, first linebacker according to PFF. Walker, third linebacker according to PFF. Taki, fifth linebacker according to PFF. Martin Emerson, your rookie, the 18th overall cornerback for PFF. Now, here's the stinking anomaly. Denzel Ward in the 30s. John Johnson is the 31st ranked safety. Grant Delpit is the 57th. Boys, you're supposed to be the cream of this team as far as secondary play is concerned. Go out there and change that narrative tomorrow night. We're going to get to our final points here. Predictions. Garrett, Bush, it's Steeler week. Hey, we close the training room. You got to get out. Anybody hurt this week? Got to get back to work. So G. Bush, Jeff Lloyd, Locked On Browns, prepping for the Pittsburgh Steelers. BetOnline.net is your number one source for all your pro and college football betting needs and sports info this season. Find all the latest football league developments, game matchups, news, and podcasts, including this year's opening month's games. BetOnline is also your continued source for all your sporting wagering information, including live betting, esports, and more. The fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports and events, including the NFL, MLB, MMA, boxing, and golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Welcome back to the Locked On Browns. We usually wouldn't say it's a game day edition, but guess what? We on Thursday Night Football, so we doing it up. We got to get it going. I said I got to get up. We can't be on the IR, and it's Steelers week. So we came in here and we're delivering like we always do. Make sure you follow us at Locked On Browns on Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well. And make sure you go ahead and make sure that the Locked On Browns podcast is your first listen of the day, and give us those 5-star reviews wherever you download your podcast. We've been in and out. We've talked about the offense. We talked about the defense. For me, Jeff, it's an opportunity for the special teams to get better, and I'll give you my prediction as well. Kate York, hey, welcome to the league, dog. 1 week you the man, the next week, not so much. And you start to realize
riding high in April and shot down in May.
Hey, listen, when you start comparing yourself to Justin Tucker, and I know you didn't do it, there's a lot of other people out here. If you're gonna be Justin Tucker, Tucker don't miss never. Justin Tucker don't miss in the snow, in the dome, when it's hot, in practice, in preseason, at his mom's house, at the golf course. He don't miss. That's what he does, and that's a high bar, a standard, a bar that you got to get to. And just like bullpens, kickers, they reset every year. You can have a bullpen or a long reliever that is lights out with a 1.5 ERA. He ain't or your closer don't have he blows no saves the whole year. The next year he can come back and get tagged, and you're starting to be like, well, what's up with him? Is he good? What's happening here? It's the same way with kickers. You can kick your field goal. You're only good as your last kick. So you understand what that pressure is like. Let's get back on it. Hey, special teams. You had two big ones the fake punt that you always have. Guess what? You gave up the fake punt, and some guys have to be more aware of that. You can't give up a fake punt. You also actually muffed and dropped. It's just too many balls on the turf. Too many footballs on the turf where you jump back on it. We're not trying to see that either. And then obviously you didn't cover the onside kick. Those are three big ones that we got to talk about as special teams. That has to be cleaned up as well. So those are things that they're very small, but when you go back and look at it, when you lose a 13-point lead, that's when that microscope comes on to your special teams as well. But what I'm saying is I'm looking at it like this. You got Chubb. You got some things working for you offensively. I thought Brissett is looking like he's getting more comfortable. Amari Cooper is getting comfortable. Hunt has been playing well. For the most part, I think that the Browns will come out, and the scoring points has not been their issue. I think the Browns come out and give them another 31 points, and now it's up to the defense to hold the other team under 31 points, and they shouldn't have a terrible time of doing that. I go with the Browns. 31-24. I think Nick Chubb salts away the game with a last-second touchdown, and this time the defense does what it's supposed to and acts like they can cover somebody and actually stop the Pittsburgh Steelers in the fourth quarter. So I'll go 31-24 Thursday Night Football and for the Cleveland Browns.
Now, when I was talking with Chris Carter yesterday, the crossover episode, Chris is our Locked On Steelers host. Great dude, knows the team fantastic. He's in the building over there every single day. Mitch Trubisky has not been pretty. And here's the thing. The Bengals secondary, it's not bad. Patriots secondary, it's not bad. The Browns secondary is the best secondary Mitch Trubisky is going to face in his third start here. Granted, they are not playing up to their level. But right now, it's like poking a hornet's nest. These guys are aggravated. They're agitated. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's probably going to be some man play. Because you want to know what? Some of these guys are going to say, well, how about we eliminate this? We'll eliminate it by, I got him. That's that. All right, Joe, can we do it this way? And, look, sometimes you got to play to some of your guys' strengths. And the fact that these guys are that aggravated, I think you want to do it too. That you want these out there and say, look, man, my pride's hurt. I want people talking to me about me like this. And for all of them. And here's the thing. You're going to get Mitch Trubisky into a couple of turnovers tomorrow. Because I think for Mitch, this is a key spot. Because if he doesn't win this game tomorrow night, it's over. It's Kenny Pickett time. You've got 10 days till you play your next game if you're the Steelers. If Mitch Trubisky does not go out and look solid tomorrow night, there's no reason to do this anymore. And Kenny Pickett's already 24 years old. I don't know what in the world you would be waiting on anymore. But I'm telling you right now, this defense is going to come out. It's going to come out inspired. It's going to come out aggravated and agitated. They are going to play very well. And again, I think Pittsburgh is at a disadvantage here due to the fact that the Browns are a tough running game to face anytime, but off a short rest and the physicality that Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt run with. It's one of those things that kind of gets you to tap out a little bit in the corner. If you remember last year, and Chubb and Hunt didn't play in that Denver Thursday night game, but there were guys on Denver tapping out a little early because the Browns are just a physical team in that regard, and they're going to lean on what they do best here. But, it's great to hopefully see Jacoby Brissett go out there, string together another good one. Browns got playmakers. I think it's going to be a little less scoring than Garrett because, look, neither team, you figure, Browns are scoring 28 a pop. That might drop a little bit, just due to the short week maybe. But, so, I'm thinking maybe like a, 26-19, 26-18. Cleveland, I think, is going to pull this out and right the wrongs of Sunday and then get to sit on a nice, fat 10-day stretch where they can really, really feel good about themselves and then go down to Atlanta where you got players like Nick Chubb going back closer to home, Jadeveon Clowney going back closer to home. So good shape for the Browns. But tomorrow night, absolutely huge, crucial. There is no way about it. And do not forget, 2 minutes ago, 2-minute warning, you fire it up. You get to see two of these lovely faces. Mikey McNuggets will be there. Adam the Bull will be there with his volume on 107 because he's got volume control that nobody else in the world does. And we're going to break it all down for you guys again. And then everybody, if you were smart, you took off Friday, you had yourself into a long, lovely autumn weekend where you kind of get to make up some time you've missed over the last couple of weekends to your wife, to your girlfriend, your kids. Daddy's around all weekend. I'm around all week. What do you guys want to do? Before you ramp it up again the following week. So it's been, been a little bit of crazy week here. A lot of content coming at you very fast because we're still required to do the same content Well, the prize, we're playing on Thursday night, so it all got to be out pretty quick. But G. Bush is good. He's feeling better. He's back. Make sure you're checking out Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Garrett will be back on set with the crew tomorrow. Of course, the Barbershop Saturday mornings, The Fan. Make sure you're checking that out. At GBush91. Make sure you're following Garrett, myself, Jeff Lloyd, at Jeff_LJ_Lloyd. Throw a follow over there. Of course, the Locked On Browns Twitter account, at Locked On Browns. Wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you're following, subscribe to the Locked On Browns podcast. 5-star ratings, written reviews, and of course, available YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. You got notifications on. So once the content drops, it is there for you. But yes, we will be here tomorrow night. You figure what at the 8:15 start, I'd probably figure anywhere 10:45, 10:50 or so. We should be ready to fire that way up. And hopefully it goes a lot better than last week. I'm going to tell you that one. Hopefully it goes a lot better than last Sunday. Browns, Pittsburgh, Thursday night football. Your Browns currently 4.5-point favorites. Looking at a game time kickoff about 60 degrees, and Cade York get to experience his first maybe wins in First Energy Stadium. This has been your daily delivery of all things Dog Pound. LGB on the LOB. Let's go Browns.